Morning, everyone. Today we're going to go hike the Long Trail, which is part of the Appalachian Trail. We're at the Bromley Mountain in Vermont. It's going to be a nice clear day today. When we get to the top of the mountain, have some nice views. Let's do it. This section of the trail is right at the beginning where the parking lot is. It looks nice. It looks easy, very deceiving. But once we cross over that steel I-beam, then it starts getting a little difficult. But it's not too bad. We survived. Trail summit, 3 miles. That's where we're going. Mad Tom Notch, 5.5. There's that I-beam I was telling you about. Not what I expected to see on a trail. Usually when you cross on a brook, you'll see some kind of tree or wooden planks or something, stones, whatever. The I-beam kind of threw me off a little bit, but it worked. I'm sure it's a little slippery when it gets wet and covered in moss, but it still worked, and it'll definitely last a lot longer than what you usually see. So throughout this whole hike, you'll notice that we're carrying I ordered walking sticks. That's something that I make myself in the off season, just for something to do. I mean, they're fun, they're nostalgic, but they're not practical for doing any kind of through hiking or any kind of hiking that requires, many miles. So we do have the carbon fiber trekking sticks that we have. We just didn't bring them on this trip. So we'll probably take the hiking sticks and we'll just retire those, and it'll be more of a conversation piece. They're fun, but like I said, they're not practical. Now this section of trail here, it's still fairly easy. There's a few rocks sticking out here and there. It's not bad. We don't really get into the meat and potatoes of the hike for a little bit longer. We did come across a few areas where the brush was pretty close to the trail. And it was actually a section up top on the backside of Bromley Mountain before we made it to the crest. There's a lot of grass. Our biggest concern at that point were spiders. We don't like spiders. And ticks. Of course, they freak me out. So we had to constantly stop and check for ticks. That was like a big concern of ours. It turned out that we didn't have an issue with them, but it's still something you have to keep in the back of your mind. All right, let's move forward. Oh, as you can see, it was an absolute perfect day for hiking. A very, very small breeze, which is just enough to cool you down. It was fantastic. No humidity. There was absolutely no mosquitoes to speak of, which was great. And of course, the temperature was maybe 70 degrees, so you couldn't ask for a better day. We got lucky. The day before, we got a lot of rain. And we were a little worried about this hike, but we lucked out. It was, like you said, absolutely perfect. Well, there's my National Parks badge on my hiking stick. I love national parks. They're the best thing ever. So much so that we donate every year to help the programs that they offer for kids and for adults. It's a great program. And like I said, I love my parks. And at this point here, there was a couple of people behind us. So we just stepped aside and let them pass through. They were obviously moving a lot faster than we were. We didn't really have an agenda for time or speed. We were just out for a casual hike and just enjoying the day. So we ran into a few other people They were doing the same thing. We just let them go. It was nice chatting with them as they walked by. Oh, it's picture time. Gonna stop and take a break. Now, we did this a couple other times on the trail, just for our personal albums and just something to look back on years down the road. When we watch these videos or look at our pictures, we can reminisce the fun we had and the travels we did. So it's a fun thing to do, something that we personally do ourselves. Well, as you can see, the trail's getting steeper, even though it doesn't look like it on camera. It's getting pretty steep. It's also getting wet. Like I said, there was some rain the day before, so there's a little bit of water trickling down the trail in some sections. Some areas will pass by some brooks, which is great for the water source if you have a filtration system. And then when we get to the back of Brownlee Mountain, where all the grass was I was telling you about, right, it was getting a little soggy back there. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's a trail, you're in the woods, so it's going to happen. But not a big deal. Just one of those things you get to see and navigate around. Appalachian Trail was conceived by a guy named Benton McKay in 1921. The trail was built in 1921 and completed around 1937 with a lot of variables over the years. It starts at Springer Mountain, Georgia, ends in Katana Mountain, which is a Baxter State Park in Maine. The total miles for the trail, the actual trail, is 2,198 miles. It covers 14 states. Each state, let's see, Georgia, 75 miles. North Carolina, 95.7 miles. Tennessee, 71 miles. Virginia, which is the biggest, hosts 550 miles. West Virginia, which is the shortest, only covers 4 miles. Then we have Maryland at 41 miles, Pennsylvania, 229 miles, New York, 88 miles, New Jersey, 72 miles, Connecticut, 52 miles, Massachusetts, 90, Vermont, 150, New Hampshire, my state, 161 miles, and last but not least, Maine, 281 miles. Now, we hiked the Long Trail and the AT. They both share a small section in Vermont, which went to the top of Brownlee Mountain. That trail was built in 1910 and was completed in 1930. It starts in Clarksburg, Mass, Vermont border, ends in Jay, Vermont, Canadian border. Total miles is 273, and of course it only covers one state. So that trail and the AT, like I said, share that one section that we hiked, which is about 3 miles one way. This is another one of those sections I was telling you about where the brush is pretty tight to the trail. So, of course, we're worried about the ticks. This whole trip, we're a little disappointed we didn't see any wildlife. We were hoping to come across some deer or something. Never happened. We did come across what's called a privy in the hiking world. For us, it's just called an outhouse. It's actually a very large building, bigger than what we expected. It was very clean. Of course, there's a composting system. But yeah, it looked good. Whoever maintains the trail and whoever maintains the privies, they do a really, really nice job. Hats off to them. And thank you. Here's another large section of those planks sneaking its way through the wet, muddy, swampy area. I'm really thankful that whoever maintains these trails puts those things down. That just makes life a lot easier. Of course, they are slippery. You have to be careful, but it's a big help. So we definitely appreciate it. So this section here started to get a little muddy, a little swampy, just from the rain we had the day before. But it wasn't bad. We just kept going. And we ran into some more through hikers on the way. These guys were moving. We ran into them at one of the lookouts we're heading to, and we chatted with them a little bit at the top of the mountain before everybody went their separate ways. Really nice people. Had a great conversation. This is one of the lookouts we were talking about. If you look out in the distance, you can see Stratton Mountain, which is another ski resort in the area. And we ran into the through hikers there, talked to them for a couple minutes just to get their story. And we took a water break and just relaxed. And then we continued on, getting close to the top now. Whoa, look at that. It's a hiker. You. Well, we finally made it to the top. The view was spectacular. The wind was pretty strong. Met some more through hikers. One couple was actually doing the long trail, heading all the way up to Canada. They were from Boston. Really, really nice people. And we just kind of milled around the top for a little while. We went up to the observation tower, and you can see for miles. It was a perfect day. So the people who own the mountain leave one of the buildings open during the summer so that through hikers can stop and get a break, get out of the weather, probably, I think, spend the night. And there's also a privy or an outhouse on the other side of the little open field you'll see. So there's a bathroom break. There's also a huge marker which will mark the trail for the AT and for the long trail. So it was a nice stop, great place to have lunch, and we just thoroughly enjoyed it. All right, let's go check out the view.